Niepi. Once a year, at the spring equinox, every community holds a general cleaning out of devils, driving them out of the village with magical curses and rioting by the entire population. This is followed by a day of absolute stillness, the suspension of all activity, from which the ceremony takes its name. Niepi marks the new year and the arrival of spring, the end of the troublesome rainy season. There is great excitement all over Bali at this time. There are melis, or processions, to take the gods to the sea for their symbolical bath. The celebration proper extends over a period of 2 days, the Metjaru, the great purification offering, and Niepi, the day of silence. On the first day, the government allows unrestricted gambling and cockfighting, an essential part of the ceremony, because the land is cured by spilling blood over impure air. Everybody in Bali seems to be an artist. Coolies and princes, priests and peasants, men and women alike, can all dance, play musical instruments, paint or carve in wood and stone. It was often surprising to discover that an otherwise poor and dilapidated village harbored a temple, great orchestra, or a group of reputed actors. Women of all ages have always taken part in the ritual offering dances. In olden times, only little girls became dancers and actresses. But today, beautiful girls take part in theatrical performances, playing the parts of princesses formerly performed exclusively by female impersonators. The food that Balinese gourmets eat at festivals is as elaborate as any in the world. The daily diet of cold white rice is helped, however, by a side dish of vegetables chopped together with a dozen or so spices, aromatic herbs, grated coconut, and the hottest chili peppers in the world. Although the daily meal was frugal, the Balinese seemed exceptionally well fed. They were continually eating at odd hours, buying food at public eating booths, in the market, at the crossroads, and particularly at festivals. Balinese food is so hot that it made even me, a Mexican raised on chili peppers, cry and break out in beads of perspiration. But after the first shocks, and when we became accustomed to Balinese flavors, we became Balinese gourmets and soon started trying out strange new combinations. Silo Piang, our hostess, understood our appreciation of their delicacies and often brought Rose new dishes to taste. As the archetype of the delicate and feminine, the legong is the finest of Balinese dances. Connoisseurs discuss the comparative excellence of various legongs as intensely as we discuss our dancers. The The lei gong is performed at feasts, generally in the late afternoon when the heat of the day has subsided. At the first rumor that there is going to be a lei gong in the central square, or if it is at a private feast in the middle of the street, the crowd begins to gather. The dancers are dressed from head to foot in silk, overlaid with glittering gold leaf, and on their heads they wear great helmets of gold, decorated with rows of fresh frangipani blossoms. The orchestra plays a vigorous melody, and the lei gong players dance with the open fans fluttering at such speed that their outline is lost like the wings of a hummingbird flying suspended in space. Each motion follows the last in perfect rhythmic sequence, technical perfection transformed into beauty and style. The artist is, in ballet, essentially a craftsman, and at the same time an amateur, casual and anonymous, who uses his talent knowing that no one will care to record his name for posterity. His only aim is to serve his community, seeing that the work is well done. Actors and musicians play for the feasts of the village without pay, and when they perform for private festivals, they are lavishly entertained and banqueted instead. The effervescence of artistic activity and the highly developed aesthetic sense of the population can perhaps be explained by a natural urge to express themselves, combined with the important factor of leisure resulting from well-organized agricultural cooperativism. However, the most important element for the development of a popular culture, with primitive as well as refined characteristics, was perhaps the fact that the Balinese did not permit the centralization of the artistic knowledge into a special intellectual class.